There's still Diamond. Welcome back to the Warrior Esports tournament this weekend. We just saw a great game between Moa AFK and Sons of Nero, with Moa of AFK taking that one. So now we are going to watch Team Electric and Sons of Nero um, for the third and fourth place matches. So, start, starting our pick and ban phase. So once we have anything to tell you about, we will. Um, we did see some targeted bans the last game, and we have a Jax ban first by Mower, no, Sons of Nero.
So why do you think Jax has been targeted so hard this tournament?
Well, I think it's with every really hard carry, Jax, Kale, to a certain extent, Lucian. They're just too powerful to give up. Kale and Jax, especially, they scale so well into late game that you get to a point where you literally no one can take you on, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So you have to ban them out. Kale, Jax, Cassidon, there we go, that's another ban. And Braum actually being banned out. So Jax will want Cassidon for blue team, and Kale, Yasuo, Braum bans for purple team. So
Pretty standard, nice bands.
yeah, good pool of bans. Certainly targeted more the mid lane with 4 total bans for the mid lane. And Jax, of course, being the number one hyper carry in the game, and Braum, more or less, I would say the second best support. If I was going to ban a support, I would ban Thresh, but Braum is still very good for team fights with his ultimate.
The Braum bands, I see a lot of them, but it's iffy to me because I feel like many people haven't had enough practice on Braum.
Yeah, I don't think he's been out long enough. I think a lot of the reason he gets banned a lot is because people just don't know how to play against him. He creates a matchup issue because people don't know the matchup. We see a late Thresh pick by Sons of Nero. Great pickup. We saw a great Thresh last game, and Elise Sin locked in for Team Electric.
Now, do you think Sons of Nero will pull out the Vi again?
That would be a good pick. It's hard to say that I'd pull out Vi against Lee Sin. Um, his kick can negate her ult, so never something you want to happen. But still a great pick, especially for someone like Lucian. One of the very few junglers that can get on Lucian and stick on him with that dash away. So maybe Vi would be a great pick. I would be hesitant to pick Vi into Elise in though. So
What about Elise? Elise is a top tier pick.
Elise has fallen off a little bit. I think with the changes to jungle items, Elise became just a little bit less than she was. She still has a great cocoon, great lockdown, great damage. I just don't think her tankiness is quite where it was, and I don't think her full game impact as far as being able to lock down a team is really to the par of other junglers. So we could see a jungle Elise. What I would think more here is, maybe a jungle Kha'Zix, a jungle Yi, something that's just pure damage, pure up in your face. Because at this current moment, they don't have any hard crowd control on purple side, so something that can just snowball the game.
Uh, Old Kha'Zix, I'd say yes, but since the changes to Kha'Zix, I don't think he would be as viable as they need. Also, I like the Lissandra hover, though. I think it worked really well last game. They just weren't able to completely capitalize on it.
Yeah, Lissandra had some moments. I really liked that Draven. Oh, I liked the Draven pick more than I liked that Caitlyn pick. Draven really strong against Lucian because Lucian can't outtrade Draven because nobody can outtrade Draven. Um, and Blitzcrank immediately locked in. Great pickup against Thresh. And Lulu picked up. And that is a great pick for having a Lissandra. You can Lulu ult whoever gets Cassandra ulted and save them. It's also negating any chance that um, Sons of Nero has to pick up Vi. But they switch it at the last second to Fizz. We have not seen the playful trickster in a while.
That's interesting. Uh, now
Oh, now Catharsis.
Fizz can playful trickster Lissandra's old, but I don't know how that matchup goes.
I think they're gonna lock in this. Oh no, they went back right back to the Lulu. Okay, that was a better pick. I think that's a stronger pick with trying to save out that Lucian from Lissandra or Thresh. It makes Thresh gonna think twice before he goes in on a hook. Lulu is a great zoning potential pick. Just really interested to see where they take her. Oh, and there's the Elise. You had talked about picking Elise up, and that is the pick. That is what comes out.
Yeah, I mean, Elise is still a top tier jungler. She's not quite as strong as she was, but she still offers a extremely wide range of utility to her team.
And a Pantheon could be jungle Pantheon, could be top Pantheon, could be jungle Elise, could be top Elise. We don't know yet. It will be interesting to see what they decide to do. Top Elite still very viable. Top Pantheon maybe a little bit more viable, but Jungle Pantheon very strong. What do you think is going to be the matchup there?
Well, just looking at Team Electric's lineup, I'd rather Sons of Nero to pull out that Jungle Pantheon, just because I think you have more lockdown and more kill potential than the Elise. But Elise probably has more survivability. It just comes down to whichever the jungler is more confident on, I think.
Yeah, we see a Kha'Zix hovered over for the last and the final and last pick for Team Electric. Um, it would be an interesting pickup with the current comp that they have. Don't really have any frontline people. Would be interesting to see if they played Kha'Zix as more of a poke-oriented champion, building tier first. Kind of the old way of playing him man immune and trying to use his missiles to wave clear. They do lock in the Kha'Zix. It is going to be an interesting matchup to
It's a very
see.
squishy game.
Yeah, this is going to be a very intense, damage-heavy, go for broke style of game. No real front line for either team. More just some damage on every side. So our matchups right now are going to be Caitlyn versus Thresh and Lucian versus Blitzcrank on bot lane. It looks like it's going to be Kha'Zix versus Pantheon up top. That's one of the more interesting matchups. You never see that matchup. Very rarely Kha'Zix ever goes top. Very rarely Pantheon ever goes top. So it'll be interesting to see. And what do you think about the Lulu versus Lissandra?
I definitely give the edge to Lulu, just because of the help picks and Glitterlance harass. Lissandra can't really answer. You can answer with your Q, but that's a shorter range and doesn't do as much damage as Glitterlance. Also, Lulu has Lulu's just a better all-around pick. Also, I give the edge up top to Pantheon, just because he can, chuck spears all day, and his passive works really well against Kha'Zix.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that. Kha'Zix is very big on getting the jump on people, and Pantheon with his Aegis you can't jump on him because he's going to block all your damage. So uh, Kha'Zix Q is going to be negated almost by Pantheon's passive.
Yeah,
So
and with the power changes to Kha'Zix, I'm not sure that was a super smart pick top. I think it would have been a better pick mid lane, but that's just me.
I think that yeah, I agree. Maybe Kha'Zix wasn't the best pick into a Pantheon just because of the pressure that Pantheon creates. But I am interested to see, this is a very high skill matchup, a lot of good players in this matchup. It's going to be interesting to see how high elo team plays a pick that you would have to assume is a comfort pick. I don't know why anyone else would pick top Kazakhs. Not really a popular pick or a meta pick, but it would have to be a comfort pick.
Well, yeah, and we haven't casted a Team Electric game today, so we're not sure how they perform. But we have casted Sons of Nero, and I do think they're a mechanically strong teams. So I'm liking Sons of Nero's lineup a lot more right now.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I like either lineup more or less. I like Sons of Nero's pressure potential. I think they have a better siege comp with Caitlyn, really. And as far as Team Electric, I think they can win team fights. I think they have that edge. They have a lot more area of effect damage. They have a lot more utility. I feel like, and it'll really come down to who gets the jump on whom, and if they can jump on Caitlyn or not. Because it looks like Sons of Nero is going to have a very strong front line, where Team Electric only has dives. All they have for their protection on their AD carry is Lulu ult. So we'll see if they can get through that, and we'll see which team can penetrate the front lines and get to those carries.
Yeah, I think Sons of Nero has a lot more lockdown potential than Team Electric at the moment.
And addressing a question from the chat, Arc Knight, when you Lee Sin ult while Vi is in her line, it will cancel Vi's ult. That is truth. I mean, it's hard to do, but it does actually work. So
It's like Vault Breaker can knock Shyvana out of her ultimate.
exactly
It's just a timing
because
thing.
because of how Riot's programming works, um, it's not like a set Vi is unstoppable thing. It's a line, and if you knock someone off that line, it's just like Ziggs W can interrupt Vi's ult, but it just doesn't happen very often. It is actually a mechanic that exists. And
Trundle Pillar.
Trundle Pillar is another thing that can do that. So
Uh, I mean, Arknight, I understand that you think you're right, but alright.
we won't see it. We don't have a Vi in the game, um, but it is the actual mechanic for the game. But that's not important right now. What is important is these lane matchups. So, Swavis, why don't you run us through what you see happening in each lane?
Well, the first thing I noticed is we have different players on different roles. Blackreach is playing Pantheon. When the last game he was playing with Lysandra, and Greyfall is mid lane opposed to Jungle Iscan. So we'll see if that has anything to do with it. Um, I'm expecting standard lanes. I'm expecting Thresh and Caitlyn to bully out Lucian and Blitzcrank at least until level 3. Probably expecting early ganks from Lee Sin and Lulu to pressure Lysandra out a lot. So I'm expecting Elise to help mid more than bot lane or top lane. And I'm expecting Pantheon to beat Kazakh's top lane, both in CS and lane pressure.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Pantheon does provide a lot more top lane pressure than Kha'Zix would, just because of his ultimate. As far as Elise goes, I would actually focus most of my efforts on bot lane because Blitzcrank has no escapes. Every other lane you're going to go against the Kha'Zix who can jump away. You're going to go against the Lulu who has a shield on herself, on ultimate, speed up, stuff like that, and the Whimsy. So if I'm Elise, I'm going bot lane because Blitzcrank is an easy kill. There's no way he can get away.
Yeah, that's understandable. But say your bot lane is doing fine. Would you rather gank your mid laner who needs assistance, or would you rather try to tip bot lane in a winning favor?
I mean, if you're thinking about it in the terms of I don't think my mid's going to win straight off, then that's not a good way to start out a game, in my opinion. Um, I would feel that mid lane picked a safe pick. Lysandra is a very easy farmer, can just kind of sit back, Q waves, collect gold. If she can stay away from a Lulu, who is not a very aggressive champion to begin with, I think that she can do fine. Mr. Rippin is, is a diamond level player. It would behoove at least to, snowball the areas that they can carry from rather than the areas that they might get defeated on.
Well, that makes sense.
Either way, I'm interested to see. I haven't seen a Team Electric game yet. They all have their challenger tier threes team, so it'll be interesting to see if they really work that well together, or if they get a little bit of a boost from their threes team. So it'll be fun to see. What do you think is going to be our key matchup here, our game changing matchup?
Definitely top lane.
Top lane. Why do you say that?
Because both champions have such a high potential to really take over the game, and I think that if one gets, hyper farmed and farther ahead than the other, it's going to be pretty detrimental to the game. But also, bot lane. Oh, we got a hook on Mr. Rippin. Just going to be some damage trade.
Yeah, not much going on there. Blitzcrank hits the hooks. Rippin able to just really walk away. I'm going to lifesteal back up. No summoners burned for either side. Just some early harass. Lucian getting some early harass down. Kha'Zix going in. Just seeing some back and forth jogging in lanes. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Oh, another hook hits. Flashed out. Caitlyn flashed down. Lucian still going back in hard. Blitzcrank backs off. Disengaged by both sides. Kha'Zix seems to be pushing this lane up really hard.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the best option for him, but he certainly seems to want to push it. So,
well, I think Kha'Zix is going to benefit a lot in this game from level advantage. I think if he has a way to win, it's by hitting a level before Pantheon and going in off that. And we also see Lysandra getting some early harass. Oh, Blitzcrank just misses, but he gets the E-pop up.
Flash.
Lucian gets zoned by minions, not able to get in there. Thresh throwing the hooks out. That sentence almost hit. Caitlyn would have gotten a kill off that. Sad that it didn't hit, but let's see if they can reload, hit another hook, and get a kill off this.
The reaction. Oh,
Lee Sin invading.
Lee Sin might be able to get a solo kill here.
Lee Sin going in on Elise. Elise flashes over the wall. No kills there. Pantheon was roaming down. Blitzcrank hook just offline. Kha'Zix go right back to top, getting more of a lane of advantage on Pantheon. Pantheon gets caught in a rotation, loses some experience.
So it looks like Lee Sin is just pushing his level advantage. I mean, not level advantage, but the fact that he was farther ahead than.
Yeah, this Lee Sin is doing some grade A invading. Might have bitten off a little too much than he can chew right now. Gray Fox came over as Lysandra. Lulu flashes the wall. First blood. Lulu, great play. Lee Sin going back in. Lulu just misses the glitter lance, not able to apply that red buff. Sad for Lulu, but still a great play to come over, rotate, and get that pickup kill. That was fantastic.
Communication saves games, man.
Communication, that was fantastic. I mean, Gray Fox came over. Oh! Lucian flashes and lands on a trap. Blitzcrank gets the hook with the flash. That was fantastic. Threat stays alive. Lucian not able to re-engage. Blitzcrank gets out. Fantastic play from Blitzcrank there. Flash hooking after the Caitlyn flash. That was awesome. Fantastic. We saw them winning the lane early. Finally turned something in out of that.
Top lane, Pantheon's actually getting pushed pretty hard. Kha'Zix got a level advantage, but he's out of mana, so.
Yeah, it's also a pretty big CS advantage. It's 33 to 15 right now. It looks like Pantheon's not able to do too much against this Kha'Zix. The minions certainly aren't helping Pantheon out under the tower.
Certainly.
Pantheon goes back in. He should have kept going there. Heartseeker Strike gives him a free crit. Did not use that. Backed off. Kha'Zix outtrades him there. Kha'Zix going to go back to base, teleport back in with some more items, snowball that way.
Also, it's worth noting Kha'Zix started Flask and now picked up a tier in Thorn's place.
Yeah, I think, I said before the game, kind of the the way you play Kha'Zix now would be to stack that tier, get man immune, kind of the old way of playing Kha'Zix, where you're more focused on farming and using your W to poke down teams and do massive amounts of AoE damage, rather than the assassins that we've come to know Kha'Zix for.
So it looks like Elise is.
Uh-oh, Blitzcrank's going back in on here. Caitlin's going for the lantern, hits the lantern. The Eon Blitzcrank. The Lee Sin comes in. Q coming through. YBI gets the kill. The hook misses. One left. No, that would have been a fantastic pickup. Lulu dies at tower. Elise goes back in. Lysandra's right there. Lulu's going back in on Elise. Gets the auto attack. Down goes Elise. Lulu's still fighting Lysandra. Lysandra goes in. Lysandra might get the kill. Lysandra might pick up Lulu. Oh, Lysandra! Lulu shot at the last second. Lysandra wisely dodges the Lee Sin Q. Here comes the Blitzcrank. Can she escape this? Yes, she dodges the Blitzcrank. This Lysandra's playing out of her mind. That is fantastic. Woo! That was great. That was fantastic. That was a great play by Lysandra. Dodges out 2 skill shots that would have ended her life. Manages to kill Lulu. Get a double buff. And that was great. That was a great play by Lysandra. Yeah.
He can trade really well.
Yeah, Pantheon turned that around pretty well. I think, uh-oh, Kha'Zix going in for the kill. Uh-oh. Pantheon seems to be done in by his cooldowns right now. Kha'Zix is really poking him down with that evolved W, all 3 of those rockets, and the and the Tear of the Goddess, really allowing him to get a lot more poke than Pantheon is. Pantheon's constantly running out of mana and having no cooldowns.
I feel like Pantheon is rushing a Brutalizer when he should be rushing a Tear, just the same as Kha'Zix.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that Pantheon should more or less be focusing on... Oh, there's a fight in 2 places. Lysandra comes in, saves Pantheon! Fantastic play by Lysandra! Bot lane disengages. There was a gank, 2 ganks, but both people got away. Nothing happening there. Fantastic play by Lysandra, and this Lysandra is playing, from what I can tell, way above her elo. She is doing fantastic rotations, fantastic kills, going in when she needs to, playing very well.
It's
great plays.
Also another example of champion understanding.
Yeah, it seems like that's a comfort pick for her, for sure. But going back to what I was saying about Pantheon, I would say that Pantheon should have maybe focused on cooldown a little bit harder. I see he finally picked up the Brutalizer that has 10% cooldown. You know, maybe picked up another cooldown item. That's probably the way he should go. I just think Kha'Zix is getting too easy of a time right now, having all that cooldown and having the constant mana and health regen from his flask.
Do you think things would have been different if Pantheon had started Flask as well?
I think so, yeah. I think Pantheon's supposed to win that early. Typically against a Kha'Zix or a Pantheon, you're supposed to start that Flask because the harass early is so high that you need that extra damage. We see another engage here. If Pantheon can stay by those minions... Oh, at least comes in at the last second. Kha'Zix died. No, Kha'Zix gets a big heal. Lee Sin found the Q! Oh, Blitzcrank hits the Q, gets in, kills the threat. Lee Sin's about to kill that Elise. Lee Sin double kill. Bottom lane double kill. Wow, that was a fantastic
all
turn.
Over the place.
Wow. Just... Lysandra comes down. She might be able to pick up a kill on Lulu. There's 3 people there. She wisely backs off. Kha'Zix is just using this W with a great effect in this, farming the lane, pushing it through, pushing down this tower. Purple team take the first tower, deny Pantheon a lot of experience, just letting that tower kill a bunch of minions. This is going to be a huge level advantage and a huge item advantage for Kha'Zix coming up in just a few seconds.
I mean, you said it. It must be a comfort pick with and he's crushing his lane.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are seeing the Kha'Zix changes as kind of the end of Kha'Zix. You know, he's still a great pick, especially with that Tear of the Goddess, man immune, more harass style build. The out of the Fresh Lantern. Did they get the kill? No.
Oh,
Blitzcrank
they
hits
missed
it
the
across the face. The color comes down. Pantheon goes in, gets melted. Lucian kills Fresh. Kha'Zix is still in there. Elise jumps on Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix might get away. Kha'Zix stealths away. Lulu's still going. Auto attacking. Lee Sin's in there. Gets the kill to Lulu wisely. Elise gets the execute on the Q. Takes down Kha'Zix, but Lulu ends up getting a double kill. This Caitlyn's in a bad position. Gets exhausted. Lucian comes in. Blitzcrank hits her up. She might get killed. She might kill Lucian. Oh, Blitzcrank silences her. Not able to do anything after that. Lucian stays alive. Takes down Caitlyn.
Let's talk about Team Electric and how dominant not only their laning phases, but their rotations. They are commanding.
Team Electric has taken it to Sons of Nero for the whole game. It's already a 6,000 gold lead. 12 minutes into the game. No dragons have been taken. We got 2 towers down and 12 to 3 kills. I mean, there's just been no answer. Really, the only answer is this Silver 2 Lysandra doing as much as she can to keep her team in the game, rotating and doing really well as far as the whole game is concerned.
She's definitely playing way above.
Yeah, I think she's been the most impressive part of the game for me so far. I think the rest of her team just got shocked right at the beginning of the game. There's nothing they could do. I was personally shocked to see how well this Kha'Zix is playing. I think that he's playing really well. He's fitting the way Kha'Zix is supposed to be played now perfectly. I don't know how that hook missed. Hits a minion. Kha'Zix now should be played as very much of a wave clear champion, and he's doing that very effectively.
And to touch on what I said earlier,
we see Elise coming in here.
Oh, shit.
It's a trap. He doesn't go in. What are you doing, Thresh? Oh,
Lee Sin's here.
Lee Sin comes in, hits the. Oh, I thought he hit the.
Oh,
it's a bunch of missed skill shots in the bot lane right there.
Up top lane.
Pantheon getting eaten by Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix might dive on this.
Sandra's moving up.
Does have his passive back up, so that was probably not a good idea. The sun is right there. Pantheon's a bad idea. Oh wait, no, Kha'Zix is a bad idea. Excuse me.
Perfect ultimate.
Sandra takes down
However, purple teams are moving down for Dragon. Yeah, they'll be able to get this.
Kha'Zix. I don't know why I think the Pantheon keeps dying. I'm sorry. Wow, this is a great Dragon. They're doing really well toggling the Dragon aggro back and forth off of Lee Sin. Oh, he hooks her over the wall. There's nowhere to go, Elise. Wow, that was a great hook. The vision game coming in strong there for Blitzcrank, getting the hook, getting the free kill. Total vision control by purple team. There is nothing the blue team can do right now. 14 to 3. A Dragon, 2 towers down.
It's 24k to 17k.
This is a fantastic game. I really like how Kha'Zix is being played. I really like how bot lane's playing, constantly being aggressive, not letting Caitlyn sit back and farm. And really, besides this Lysandra, blue team has no advantages, and it looks like they're losing one now with Lulu taking on Lysandra. Pantheon's coming in though, not going to be able to save Lysandra. Probably should cancel that ult. Does. Thresh gets hooked. Lucian just continues to destroy people in that bot lane. This is going to be a double kill for Lucian. Hits that blinding light.
He's playing phenomenally.
Wow. This Lucian is fantastic. I know Xanark to Napes is good, but the way this team is playing right now, I'm actually surprised that they're not in the finals. This is fantastic. I'm expecting great things from Xanark and Napes next game for being the team that took out these guys. They are just suffocating the Sons of Nero. There is nothing they can do.
I like the diversity in the.
Lulu coming in, hits it with the
glitter
lance up the pick. That was fantastic. Elise comes in, maybe trying to do something. Kha'Zix pokes her out. W coming in. That mana mute for Kha'Zix too strong right now. Lee Sin in the back line. Lysandra trying to do her best. Going to escape out of this with the E. Lee Sin still bloodthirsty, looking for kills. Comes around back. Oh, Lysandra was not paying attention. Oh, she gets him with the ult, and the Caitlyn ult comes in. That was awesome. But they also dive onto Elise, kill Elise, and look like they're going to take this tower. So maybe not worth. I don't know. Probably worth. Blitzcrank farming in mid. Hits the Caitlyn with the hook. This Blitzcrank hooks have been off the chains. I don't know how you flash while silenced, but I guess Caitlyn can do it. Still a great play by Blitzcrank. Those hooks have been on point all game. Kha'Zix goes in, trying to hit that assassination. Takes way too many tower shots. That ultimate does not give you the damage dampening anymore, so he got hurt a lot more than he probably thought he would. And Lulu comes in.
Solo kill from Lulu.
Granted, Caitlyn was pretty low life when that started. Maybe not the best positioning for her, but still great play from Lulu all around.
I like the diversity in the teams we have in this tournament, because we see, you know, Mo or AFK with a strong laning, and then transitions with Team Electric. Great.
Uh-oh, the Newman falling up by the pit! Oh shit! Oh no! She's blind!
Lives out of
He's
it.
sitting on the back line, getting hooked by Thresh. Mike goes down, gets the safeguard away, still gonna go down. Maybe the chase is on. Pantheon comes in, kill secured by Lissandra. It looks like they're going further. They're trying to go after Lucian. They should probably back off. Dragon is not alive. I don't see a dragon timer on my screen. The Thresh hook, he's gonna play him. He tries to dash away, not able to dash away. Thresh hook comes in. Do we see a stun? Oh, Lissandra gets the stun. Lissandra gets the root. Gonna escape the tower, go for Blitzcrank, backs off, comes out of the tower. Lissandra coming down with these minions. We're going to push up this lane. We do see Lulu trying to sneak in from the side. Probably not the best idea. Caitlyn is coming up from the bottom. Lulu goes in. Lulu gets the clipper ledge. Lulu secures the kill. Well, Lissandra goes right in and craps on her face. That was probably inappropriate, but that was a great play. Fantastic play from Lissandra. Again, Lissandra being a really big bright spot for these guys. Fantastic play and fantastic player.
Just great understanding and capitalization from Lissandra. I mean, she saw Lulu coming up. Thresh got basically annihilated, and then Lissandra just turned it around and got a easy kill.
We see this Kha'Zix again and again. His pressure. Oh, the Caitlyn gets hit by the Blitzcrank. This might not be something Blitzcrank can follow up, though. He has no damage to speak of. Thresh gets hooks Kha'Zix under tower. Caitlyn's gonna hit him up. He's gonna go down. That was an overextension. Getting a little too overconfident from Team Electric right now. Maybe that flay to interrupt the jump on the Caitlyn was clutch. Mr. Royal playing very well. Just can't seem to string much together as far as a team fight. Really everyone, each team playing well, just one team playing a lot better. Hook goes in on Lee Sin.
Oh, the Lulu damage is insane.
Down. The Lulu damage is real. The flay again saves Caitlyn.
Interesting Pantheon ultimate.
Thresh stays alive. Pantheon comes in. He has no mana. Probably not the best position for Pantheon to be in. Lissandra's coming in. Lissandra still has damage. Lissandra's still there. Lissandra picks up doesn't pick up a kill. Lissandra didn't pick up any kills.
Wow.
She didn't kill Lee Sin. I think her Q went the wrong way. Kha'Zix able to come in, influence that fight, clean it up for purple. 23-9, 12,000 gold lead. 19 minutes in. This is a fairly unsurmountable lead. Look for purple team to just push it in and take the win.
Yeah, I mean, blue team. I mean, it's possible for them to come back. I just don't know who it would be on besides Lissandra.
I think it would have to be Lissandra. I think if Lissandra gets big enough and is able to ice prison one of their carries, shut them down, and completely obliterate them, that's really going to be their main way forward. I think that's really it. I don't see any other player on Sons of Nero that has been able to influence the game very much besides Lissandra. So.
And they're not running a super heavy team fight comp either, so.
And they don't seem to be backing off. Take Dragon, take down Thresh. Looks like they're going to keep pushing bottom. Going after this Caitlyn, probably going to get her. Oh, Caitlyn perfectly dashes that Q. Lee Sin still going to keep going. Gets Blitz hooked up. Hit comes in. Perfect hits.
Team
Great.
Electric is just scared of nothing at this point.
They're tower diving inhibitor towers. That's how scared they are. Um, Lulu coming in, gets ultraviolet. She's down. This Sandra is killing it right now. Her team could follow her lead a little bit. They'd be in a little better position. I think that if they do come back, it will be behind her though.
I just don't know. I mean, she's a phenomenal player, and her champion is doing fairly well, but that gold lead is tremendous.
Well, we see Lysandra has 7,500 gold on her, and her lane partner has 10,000 gold. So a full 2,500 gold lead. Again, hard to come back from that. Lulu has a complete item over Lysandra. So I agree. Looks a little insurmountable, but if there was a way, it would be on the wings of Lysandra.
Yeah, and plus Lulu itemized for more AP damage and magic regen, whereas Lysandra tried to go for the tank AP build.
Well, as Lysandra, I mean, most of the time you have to go into the fight, so that tanky build more appropriate for her playstyle.
Well, definitely.
I also think that Lulu is being able to influence the game a lot more. Her AP abilities are hitting a lot harder. Her ultimate does a lot more scaling off those AP abilities. So I think that, as I said, Purple Team is just going to walk this one in. And here goes a grab. That's a dead rush. Perfect grab. Blitzcrank's been grabbing him 100% all game. Fantastic play from this Blitzcrank. Probably going to be the MVP. Hitting grabs left and right. Him or Lulu, definitely, I would say. Oh, Blitzcrank grabs him, Elise! Pantheon jumps! It's going to be a big ult. Might be the only chance the blue team's going to have to win this game. Lee Syndrome goes in. Lee Syndrome gets it, but I don't know what happened there. He didn't go.
So he kicked at the same time Caitlyn used her net.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was either great mechanics by Caitlyn or great luck.
Nah, I think it was just luck.
Yeah, I think that was gonna be chalked up to luck. We see a lot of purple wards inside the blue base. They know exactly where they are. That Lulu just half-wiped that. Oh my God! Kha'Zix jumping in. Kha'Zix going off. Kha'Zix is real. The Kha'Zix is doing man-immune things. He's jumping around.
I think Purple Team is just going to walk this in.
They're behind the base. Lulu's going in hard. Trying to take down this Lysandra. Not able to. Still has her ult up. Misses the glitter lance on Caitlyn. Her team she's zoning out Caitlyn. Her team's taking down that tower. Kha'Zix comes in, does Kha'Zix things, jumps away. He's having a fun time jumping around, hyper's carrying, all that stuff. Hard to beat a Kha'Zix when he's this far ahead.
It's hard to beat their whole team when they're all ahead. They picked a great composition for what they play.
Yeah, one thing to note, for the third and fourth place players, they will get 1,600 RP per player for the third place. Fourth place will get 800 RP per player. And then when we get to our championship round, the number one team will get 3,200 RP and the Triumphant Rise skin. And the second place will get 2,500 RP per player. So again, a great incentive for you guys to play. Tell your friends about it. Get yourself a team. Continue to play Warrior Esports tournaments as we continue to grow and continue to do more professional events or semi-professional events and give you guys an outlet to be able to continue your league playing adventures. We do see a ward going down on Baron. That'll help them if they want to counter. I don't know how effective that will be.
I think
Caitlyn goes down. This is going to be the next death.
Yeah,
It got
this is
super
gonna be
minions
next
on the middle. This is probably going to be the game. I don't know where Purple Team's AD carry is.
ball lane.
But bot lane, there he is. There's the Lucian. So if I were Purple Team, I would really just push down that mid lane. There's no reason to get another inhibitor. But I guess security is always nice.
looks like a, that Diamond 2 ranked status wasn't a joke.
Yeah, I think they have that Challenger 3's team, and they have everyone on their teams pretty much either Diamond 1 or Diamond 2, so that they understand very much how to play. I'm really looking forward to the next. Oh, Lissandra again with the ultimate, locks down the over-aggressive Lulu. Nothing she can do about that. It looks like Purple Team, instead of just marching down mid, are just going to methodically take down all these. Oh, wow, Thresh! Thresh is trying to make plays! Thresh is doing things! Oh, Pantheon comes in! Going on with. Oh, Lucian finds the wall soon! Pantheon jumps in! There's nothing they can do! Lucian's taking him down one by one! Kha'Zix comes over! Let's crack up for the grab! Misses the
hook
grab!
misses.
The Kha'Zix misses! The Caitlyn gets stared by the Lissandra. Lissandra's still going in. Not able to get the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix W's back over the wall. We're taking out top tower simultaneously. Nothing's going to stop these guys from taking towers. They don't care about any of the team fights. They're just pushing towers. Great escapes by Purple Team. Great initiate by Blue Team. I thought they had it there for a little bit. They still might have this Caitlyn at the Blitz command. The hook. Blitz lands the hook. Blitz goes to Caitlyn. Fantastic Blitzcrack play. He might get away. I don't believe it. He got away.
That's the best play of the game right there.
Wow.
Best play of the game.
Blitzcrank doing work. MVP of this game right now. Blitzcrank has almost 70% kill participation, 3 kills, 12 assists, 1 death. Just absolutely fantastic playing. No over-aggression. Great build. Great wards. Great vision. Fantastic Blitzcrank play.
Yeah, you don't see any weird Iceborne dominance right now. Latency position.
Lulu keeps going a little too hard. Has shown us this time. Able to survive. Culling comes out. Lucian culling across the face. They're still going to take down these towers. Not much. Lucian might go down here though. K-Dalt comes in. Oh, the K-Dalt takes down Lucian. They're still alive for the second. Lulu's still sitting around back there. Might be able to throw some glitter lances. Throw some shields down. Lisa did not get the insect off. The flay comes in. But Lulu's still there, still getting headshots, still taking people down. Glitter Lance, too effective. Rabadons, Zhonyas, Athenes, almost a Void Staff. Oh, Blitzcrank might go down here. Pantheon's coming in! Uh-oh, this might be bad
he
for
went the
Lulu.
wrong way.
He flashes, not in range to take down Lulu. Waste of a flash. They're going to get out anyway. 2 inhibitors down, 1 almost down. Purple Team's going to back off, heal up, get back into this game, and just end the game.
Not to credit against Sons of Nero, they're playing well. They're just so far behind. It looks like they're not playing well.
Yeah, 20 gold is real hard to come back from. Everyone's had their game where, that one game where the enemy's attacking the Nexus and then you end up winning, but I truly don't believe this is going to be that game. Really don't. They've got super minions invading their base. There's not a whole lot they can do at this point. Purple Team's coming right back in. Probably should just zerg the base, take down this inhibitor, finish the game. That would be their optimal play right here. Lucian's almost full build. Infinity Edge, Triforce, /Whisper. Blitzcrank kills Caitlyn with his ultimate. And hooks Thresh with the team. Lucian's taking down 4 of them. He gets ulted by Lissandra. Lissandra not able to follow up. Lucian full calling to Pantheon's face. Gonna die though from the Ignite. Still the rest of Lucian's team gonna fall here. Blitzcrank going after Elise. Blitzcrank is going to kill Elise with Lisa assistance. And Kha'Zix barely survives a tussle with Lissandra, but lifesteals up with that Ravenous Hydra Bloodthirst Menemune. And that's going to be the game, folks. So our 3rd place winner is Team Electric, and our 4th place winner is Sons of something. Nero. Sons of Nero. Probably should have been a son of Caligula. Would have been a little bit more sane. Probably would have been a little bit better as far as the amount of aggression they were able to put on. But still a great game for both teams. Early advantage is being taken over by Team Electric. Snowballed that game for them. Thanks for playing to Sons of Nero. Enjoy your 800 RP. Thank you for playing as well. Team Electric, enjoy your 1600 RP and your third place bronze finish to the Warrior Esports Tournament on Saturday, June 21st. We are going to have a quick break, and then we are going to be bringing you your championship match. So
This one
get
should be
ready for
exciting.
that, and it should be really exciting. So we'll see you guys on the other side of the break.